Hey man, this is Mason, New Era Podcast.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Mac, New Era Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? This is Finn for the New Era Podcast for 1-0.
And we would like to give a round of applause for our special guest, Mr. Phillip Blackwell. Appreciate you coming on the show with us.
Thank you for having me.
So first off, we did our research and we know who you are. And once again, we appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule to be on the show with us. But if you can, for the fans, can you give them a little insight on who you are and what you do?
Oh, well, my name is Phillip Blackwell. I'm the NFL Regional Combines Director. Basically, I'm an evaluator. I determine if a guy is NFL caliber or not. From Baltimore, Maryland. I went to West Virginia University. Did some great years there, 4 years in the NFL with the Steelers, Redskins, and the Panthers. And now I'm working with the XFL also, which is coming up this upcoming season as their talent evaluator. So that's what I do. I also scout for the Big 10 and the Big 12.
There you go.
That's something new.
I have the talent.
Well, we would like to start off, our guy Finn, he's going to start off, talk to you a little bit. Everybody have questions. We're going to take our time and, let people be able to ask their questions one at a time, because I'm sure we all have a bunch of things that we want to talk to you about. I'll hand it over to you, Finn.
Okay.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. What's going on, Mr. Phil? I want to get your
doing?
opinions on running back by committees in the NFL. How many running backs do you need and how many is too many? So I was watching the Denver preseason game. They have 6 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
How many are you taking on your team?
I would take 6.
Take 6 all season long?
So let's go ahead and dive right into it. It all depends on your offense. It all depends on the type. Are you a run-heavy offense or you're a pass-heavy offense? So whatever you're heavy at, because you got to think you're mixing up your 53 players, and you're going to get more of. Same thing on the defense. You're going to get more of. If you're a blitz-style defense and you're running a 3-4, obviously you're going to have less linemen than you're going to have linebackers. So I would go with 6 if I'm a run-heavy defense. Other than that, and especially just on top of that, are you running fullbacks or are you just running straight tailbacks? Because if you're running tailbacks, you're going to need more tailbacks than you're going to need fullbacks. So if you run in a power I system where you will have fullbacks, you'll probably have 2 fullbacks out of that 6, and you'll have 4 running backs. And running backs by committee would be one guy will be on the scout team, which is you guys know it as the practice squad. Yep. Okay. And we'll have 3 active guys for the game. First string, second string, third string. Because you never know, injuries happen. And you'll activate both fullbacks. So the guy that's on the practice squad, he'll come in at any time. When I say any time, you never know. So one person go down, Tuesday we're going to activate him and put him in a third string and just bump everybody up 1 string. So 6 is actually pretty normal for training camp, because training camp you're trying to get a feel for your offense. You're trying to get a feel for if we are running a run heavy team, because that's also just contingent on your line. What type of line do you have? Are you going to be facing a lot of blitzes? So if you're in the AFC North, you're going to face a lot of blitzes. Okay, because that's a
blitz too.
Right. So all of that is a part of the overall formula to create your team. Okay, so hopefully I think I answered your question. Yeah. But if I didn't, tell me.
Oh yeah, because I'm about to say something. Like when we run the pistol with the 4, I'm all with that, because we put 1 receiver on the side. Or you can split it up, put them on the other side to have 2 fullbacks, 1 fullback, right. 1 tailback.
And being a receiver myself, I don't like that, because I want more receivers on the field. I want 5 receivers on the field. And yep. The way we feel as receivers, if you was meant to carry the ball, they'd have put a handle on it. The ball is shaped like that way for a reason. That's to go through the air. So I'm a true receiver. I believe 5 wide, even if it's 4th and 1. Let's spread it out. Let's throw that thing.
Like that.
Yeah, that was definitely a great answer. We're gonna start off with our guy Mac.
How you doing, Mr. Phil?
Hey Mac, how are you?
I'm doing good. So I seen that you was the executive director for like the first ever HBCU combine.
Yes, still am.
Okay, yeah, it still is. Dang, that's good. And yeah, I just wanted to know, like, what was like the process to get you that position?
To get to my position?
Yes.
Well, since I'm already the regional director for the NFL Combine,
Okay.
When the whole idea came up to put this thing on, a lot of people aren't into reinventing the wheel. So same thing with the XFL. The XFL just went out and said, "Hey, let's get guys that already do this thing." And I just got a call. "Hey, would you like to do it?" They bounced the idea off of me. I said, "Oh, sure," and I dove right into it, and literally just was assigned like one night, "Hey, you're the executive director because you have all the knowledge and putting on combines, just how the combine should work." And it was more of like, I opened my mouth. I don't know if I put my foot in my mouth, but I opened my mouth, and they were just like, "Well, you're the one," and that's literally how I got the job. I was being asked to work it, help formulate it, bring it together, and I was giving them A, B, C's, and D's, and they were like, "Oh, we need you on the board," and it just went on from there.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. So if you was to get thrown like a head coach position, like what team would like to play for? I mean, like to coach for, and like how would you go about like your building process of the team?
Wow. Which team? NFL?
Yeah, NFL.
Ooh, what team? I think I would like the challenge of something like a Detroit, a team that's not doing well. Being straight honest with you guys, if taking your question on, that means I'll be thrown into the situation. I wouldn't want like the Cowboys. I wouldn't want the Rams. I wouldn't want somebody that's like already got high expectations because, I would look for small marked improvements. So like if they won 3 games last year, this year we're trying to win 4, I would say Detroit. To be honest with you, I don't like Cleveland just because I think it's like a cloud over the city. It's just Cleveland sports just got just something wrong with them because they have on paper some great teams. And I mean, not just football, but it's just something that happens with Cleveland sports.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Detroit. Miami maybe, but I would stick with Detroit.
Okay.
And my process would be to implode and rebuild from scratch. With schools, the expectations isn't as high. Everybody wants to win. I'm not saying Detroit fans don't want to win. They have a very loyal fan base, just from my experience of going there, playing there. But they don't have Super Bowl in mind right now. They have, let's make it to the playoffs. Let's have a winning season in mind. And a winning season is 500 and above. And I emphasize 500. So 8-8. Whew.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would want to do. I'm not a person that like to reinvent the wheel. I'm like to go right at it. Okay, this is where reality. You got 5 wins. Let's get 6.
Yeah, that was a good answer, man.
Yeah, that was great questions, Matt. Y'all kind of put the pressure on me, you and Finn, this question. I'm gonna dive right into it. What's up, Mr. Phil? Well, how you feeling tonight?
What's up, baby? Dive into it. Let's do it.
Where them Super Bowl rings at, man? I know you got. But no, jokes aside, man, what is that feeling? Because when we see guys win the championship on the highest level, you see grown men crying. You get what I'm saying? And
you do
all of their time and energy and everything. Like, what is that feeling like being experienced with that?
Well, first thing, you cry whether you win or lose. Yeah. Of course, the media and the cameras are showing the winners, but you cry because you were there, and you don't appreciate it. I'm speaking personally. You don't appreciate it until the year after, when you realize how hard it is to get back there, and there's a whole lot into it. But what does it feel like? I mean, it's a sense of accomplishment. You know, you cry because those are tears of joy. You cry because of everything you've been through in life, you know, and I'm saying that as like, I'm just happy to stand here on the sideline from West Baltimore, from what I call my very humble beginnings. You know, I got shot in the second grade. Like,
Wow.
I shouldn't even be here,
Right.
you know? So, just everything I've been through, it was just a cap on like, you've done it right, and you're there. Now, of course, after a while, it's a game. You know, it's still a game. You still got to play it. You still want everybody to win. You know, you're cheering harder than you ever cheered before, because you start to realize, like, after this game, it's over.
Right.
It's cool. It's great, and I've been fortunate to be on both ends of it, the win and the loss side. You know, so you know, and I got the loss out of the way first. So that was as a player, but as a scout, I was on the winning side. Still a part of the organization. You want it just as bad, and you know, the stress for that whole week, man. We could talk days just about just making it, getting there. Oh my God, we really made it. This thing called the Super Bowl, which I've watched for 20-some years of my life as a kid, and then the week of it, I mean, you're there, and every day something comes together.
Right.
You're there for a week. So when you get there, the grass is green on the field. And then as you're, every day, it's like the colors in the end zone are coming out. The Super Bowl trophies being painted on the field. Oh, there's Diana Ross. She's singing the Star Spangled Banner. Oh my God, and they're practicing, and the halftime show is pre practice. So you're there. And then, of course, you're dealing with tickets, you're dealing with family, you're dealing with friends. Yeah, it's great. And so the sense of accomplishment, usually everybody's tearing up because you did it. You know, there's nothing after the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know, when you think about it, it's Pro Bowl. You can go to the Pro Bowl without going to the Super Bowl. How many people have been to the Pro Bowl many times? How many people have been in the Hall of Fame that never got that? I mean, not been in. They're in the Hall of Fame and never got a Super Bowl ring.
Right.
You know, so just the fact that you're there now, you're like, okay, we just got to win because I'm trying to get that winning ring, because you get a ring regardless. Just if you lose, you get the AFC or NFC championship ring.
Right.
You know, but if you win, it's the world champion. So, you know, as men, as people in general, I want to say men, as people in general, when you're at the epitome, you want the top. You know, it's like climbing Mount Everest and you're 15 feet away from the top. You know, you're like, yeah. And I'll be honest with you guys, in the fourth quarter, we were losing. I was willing to do anything.
Yeah.
I was hoping everybody on the other team got the flu and the stomach virus at the same time. Like I'm just saying, that's why, and it's funny when you watch it now, that's why the fourth quarter is so intense.
Yeah.
Like everybody's balling. And my epitome of that is referring everybody to the Tampa Bay? Yeah, Tampa Bay and Falcons, right?
Yeah.
It was Tom Brady.
Comeback.
But that, I mean, I'm just saying, as a receiver and an evaluator for quarterback stuff, the stuff that Tom Brady was doing, like fans was cheering. All of my friends, we got on the phone like, yo, did you just see that? Like,
right.
Like his threading of the passes, his marching down the field, like fans are cheering, but we're like, man, this dude just turned it up a whole nother level, and nobody even noticed what he just did. And he's just so calm about it, and he's focused, he's locked in. Like, I'm ready to go strap it up. Like, come on, Tom, let's go. Come on.
Right.
But yeah, that's that, man. You 15 feet away, you're going to do whatever it takes to go to that next level. Another example of that is Seattle throwing the interception at the end. And as a receiver, I don't blame him. That DB just made a hell of a play.
But you got beast, man. You got beast. Oh, what a
nah. Because I say that I'm being real now, very realistic. The world know you got beast mode. So does the other team. So when you look at that play, I'm looking at they call what's called cover zero. They sent the house.
Yeah, for sure.
They sent the house. So Russell did what he was supposed to do, check out of it, and look for the weakest thing on the field. So it was just rule of thumb football.
So originally you think it was a run and he checked out of it? Yeah,
he checked out of it. He checked out of it coming out the huddle because they was in cover zero.
Right.
It was just why not? I'm just being honest. Like, so then finding out that play that was called, they've completed 100% of the time during the season. 100%, right? And you're supposed to throw to the weakest defender on the field, which is a rookie that was stuck on the field because they went no huddle and he couldn't get off. So they saw that. They're like, oh my God, tip your hat, man. Butler made a great play. Because if he don't make that play, we're not even having this conversation. we don't even question was Marshawn on the field.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, was it pass interference? Was it not? Because it was just simultaneously as a receiver. I would say it was not pass interference. He made a great play on a play that you completed 100% of the time.
Right.
That's all. Sorry to get off the question, but
no, you good. You good. Because that's a great outlook of it. Because I'm looking at it like I was a running back, so of course I'm looking at it like, why would you not give me the ball? But I understand from a different standpoint.
But you're the best running back in the league. Mm-hmm. What do you think that defensive coordinator and the rest of the world would have did that was a cheer for the Patriots? They'd have stacked the line and sent the house. Okay, so let's go to the Ravens beating the 49ers in Super Bowl. That play where they drew the fade in the back of the end zone, the Ravens called cover zero. Mm. They sent the house. They sent everybody to go at it. He threw it up, knowing Kaepernick wasn't the most accurate pass in the world. Okay, Crabtree. Okay, cool. So we looked at our corners like, hey. I'm just saying, like, I mean, who daddy jeans are better,
Right.
So let's Kaepernick's not gonna beat us with his legs. We're gonna blitz. We're gonna keep him. We're gonna make him beat us with his arm. And cornerbacks, you only have 7 yards to cover. Not even 100. You got 7 yards to cover, and that's a matter of seconds. But we sending Terrell off the edge. We sending Haloti Nada up the middle. Ray Lewis is coming off the other edge. Like, I'm just saying, I've got to actually watch that play multiple times from a non-TV point of view.
Right.
And like you have to understand that. And I wish the media did a better job. They're doing better now, but if they did a better job of informing fans or showing fans the in-depth part of the game. There's more strategy than people think, and there's some rules of thumbs that just has to happen, because you got to think I'm your best player on the field going up against your best player on the field. Something has to break.
Right.
So that's when a Tom Brady back shoulder throw 3 inches off the mark is big. 3 inches, or a guy that runs a 4.1, 4.2 540 and a 4.2 940. Like, that 100th of a second is big.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I love the elaborated answers with the examples and things like that. I'm gonna turn it over to the guys. If they want to ask you any more questions or things like that. Finn?
Sure.
I got one. It's a question about rule change. For like, say it's tied up at the end of overtime. Send your kickers out there at the 45-yard line. First one that misses, the other team wins. So it's literally down on the kickers. You move back 5 yards too.
It's down on the kickers, but it's way more than that. It's about labor laws. I know the fans are like, the players need to play, but of course, with the concussion stuff, and that's why we got now 3 preseason games. When I was in there, it was 4. Mm-hmm. It's just about what's happening to players in the future, in the longevity. So let's not have anybody bang anymore.
No bang, just straight kick.
Let's go ahead and let's get some points on the board. And the person who's done the less physical labor in a game, let's put it on them. They're fresher
That's
than
what they get
everybody
paid for,
else.
right?
Yeah, but it's not as easy
Kicking's
as you
underrated,
think.
though. Come on now.
Kicking
You got one of
is
the best kickers in the game, and Justin Tuck. You gonna say you don't want to send him out there? Come put that ball on the field.
right. But here's the thing. Since kicking is underrated, it's underscouted, it's under everything.
Very much is.
And it's I'm gonna stay with the word under. It's under until you need them.
Right.
Facts.
You know,
it always comes down to that.
Yes, Baltimore Ravens fans, you're spoiled. When I say spoiled, you've never really had a bad kicker.
No, Matt Stover.
Matt Stover.
Come on now,
Justin Tucker. Right. Billy Cundiff wasn't bad.
Yeah, he wasn't.
But he just was off at times that we needed him.
But let's go with body of work. He went on to go to the Super Bowl with this.
Hey, he did. No.
I'm just saying. Well, and of course, like I said, it's harder than ever. And I tell everybody, they're like, you don't want to be an NFL player? Oh, NFL's easy. I say, try to kick a extra point field goal. I tell everybody, just do an extra point. We ain't talking about no 45-yarder.
The fact that they backed it up too.
they backed it up. They made it
7 yards out.
They made it harder.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell y'all from an evaluator point of view. So, for example, I evaluate the long snappers, right? So there's a science to it. That ball has to travel a spiral 1.5 times before it hits the holder's hands. And when the holder catch it, the laces is supposed to be straight up on top of the ball. So all he had to do is stand the ball up. If he has to turn it slightly, that's not good. So these guys are rolling the ball around because they have that type of. I'm mimicking because I'm the person that catches, and when I catch it, I freeze it, and I got to grade the accuracy of the ball. I got to grade the accuracy of the laces, which you guys don't know. Like it's
laces
just like
out.
The laces have to be out. But if they're within a quarter panel, meaning of the ball, that's okay. Yeah, but it gotta turn. So it's harder than most people think. And then what about the conditions? What about the guys blitzing off the edge who run 4.3 40s and they're coming untouched on the snap of the ball? Let's just do distance and time. So for example, Ray Lewis ran a 4.3 40. Okay. 4 is like 4.39, something like that. That means in the middle of the field, because the field is 53 1/3 yards wide. That means in the middle of the field, Ray Lewis can get to the sideline in 2-point-something seconds. Okay? I'm just saying, so that's why we can get deeper into this. That's why it's the 40-yard dash, because of the field is 100 yards, and it's just how much time can we cover. So if a person can get 40 yards in 2-point-something seconds, imagine a defensive back or receiver coming off the edge, untouched, trying to get to the holder, and it's 8 yards. He's 8-9 yards away on the snap of the ball in his sprinter stance, untouched. How quick he getting there? That's why you see the ball being kicked and guys diving past and almost getting the ball. Yeah. So that alone, you're going to kick, you're going to freelance, and of course you worry about somebody coming out, taking out that one leg that you're standing on.
Boy, are we always worried about that.
Right, and nobody's doing it intentionally. But also, like I said, in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, I might knock out the kicker, the holder.
Everybody praying like, Lord, please don't let it happen to us.
No, look. I'm just saying, on Judgment Day, I'm standing for God. Look, it was the fourth quarter.
We had 1 second left.
Right.
I had to do my job.
But I helped the kids after the game. You know what I mean? I gave back to them.
I ain't gonna do the Lord's work at St. Jude's for nothing.
I know the kicker's his career's over, but God, look at all the other stuff I did with the kids. Like, I feed the homeless at night. Like,
right.
Look, God, I still got the ring, but let me in, bro. Let me in.
Let me in, God.
Oh,
like I said, I'm sorry I answered your question, but yeah, kicking is a thing. And of course, biasly, Baltimore fans, like I said, they've never really had a bad kicker. But there's some teams that just have bad kickers, and kickers They're bad because your Ravens kickers have raised the bar of kicking. Not bad,
100%.
not bad because they can't kick in the NFL, because they are NFL kickers and they're good and they're better than all of us. But because you like, well, the Ravens kicker did it. Why can't you kick a 69-yarder? And you're like, what? He didn't even know he did it until it went through, So you have to look at it from that perspective, that kicking is overrated, but why not from a labor perspective, put the freshest guys on the field and let's handle it out from there. And you're not having more head banging, and that's a whole nother discussion, just getting into concussions and stuff.
Gotcha. And Mac, we're going to do, let you do your thing, and then I'll ask one more question, and, let Mr. Phil get up out of here. Definitely a great.
Y'all got me, man. I ain't got nothing to do. So y'all got me. You ain't got to rush.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna ask the question that we all want to know, because we are Ravens fans here. So, what do you feel like they should do about Lamar's contract, or what's going on with that?
Let it play out. Let it play out. I think Lamar is doing a wonderful job at the business of the game.
Okay.
The business I know fans and the media are just making it a topic, but it's not a topic. Like, he's doing the business. There's a business behind this. So, for example, let's talk about franchise player. Franchise player gets the average salary of the top 5 players at that position. Okay. The problem with that is, if you feel that you should be one of those 5 that's setting the average, you're like, wait a minute, let me go ahead and who's your top 5? And now let me go ahead and compare my salary to the top 5. So let's use Kyler Murray as an example, Lamar Jackson. Hey, Lamar has a better win record.
Mm-hmm.
He's the number 1 jersey seller in the NFL. He also has the league MVP. Kyler has none of that. And if you paid Kyler this, what am I worth?
Yeah.
Right? So I think from a business perspective, Lamar is doing a great job of letting everybody sign. And now I can bring to the table, okay, I'm saying if I was Lamar, okay, I'm not Aaron Rodgers. I don't have Aaron Rodgers' body of work. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not Patrick Mahomes. I'm not in Patrick Mahomes' level. I don't have his body of work, just his body of work, right? Mm. I'm not. But name 3 other quarterbacks in the league, because now that Ben Roethlisberger done walked away, Peyton Manning done walked away. So now he can name Tom Brady. I don't have Tom Brady's body of work, right? Who else can we right now think of 2 other people that Lamar should be getting paid more than? Deshaun Watson? Hey, he hasn't played in 2 years. Here's my body of work in 2 years. Here's his body of work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's doing a great job of letting that, not signing early. And now if you try to offer me the franchise fee, it's an insult. One thing about insult is that means you don't even want to sit down and negotiate with me. You don't even want to sit down and talk. So when you hear players saying they're holding out because they got or they feel offended that they got offered the franchise fee, one reason is because they feel that they've done something with that organization or franchise that they could have the decency of sitting down and breaking bread and talking, let's talk this contract over. That's first thing. Next thing is, am I average? Yeah, I mean, am I the average player at this position?
Right.
Because you're of those top 5, I'm average amongst those guys. So nobody wants the franchise player. See, that franchise player should be a big-time backup. Not the left guard, but the right guard. You know what I mean? Like, it should be a center. I'm just saying, I'm speaking from a player point of view. I think it should be guys that are on the cusp of making it. In other words, if he's number 7 and he's on your team as a starter, but he's number 7 overall linebacker, give him the franchise fee. That means that gives him a raise. He gets the average of the top 5. So now that might be even more incentive for him to become top 5. I'm just saying. So back to that, Lamar is doing a great job of working the business, letting everybody sign, and now the bar is set. Now, who in that bar he needs to bring to the table and say, I'm just using Kyler Murray as an example. Kyler Murray, he robbed him, and and I mean he got his money, perfect. Lamar can use that because he has a better body of work than Kyler Murray.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he should at least get Kyler Murray money.
Yeah.
You see, I'm saying, realistically, he should at least get. Right. Now, everybody in the world, you can see Deshaun Watson's. I mean, he's still a quarterback. Regardless of what's going on, he's still a quarterback. He's still getting paid. He's still on that list. I think Lamar should take those two guys only and say, you got to pay me better than these two guys because my body of work circles to the and body of work isn't just on the field because Lamar has a MVP and he has the #1 selling jersey. He's the most famous. And the reason why I say that because I don't know if you guys know that the owner is the one who gets the jersey money. The players get nothing. So
he didn't get any of the money. Gee.
Huh? Yeah, players get nothing. The players get nothing from that. So, which is okay. I'm just saying, I mean, that's what you sign on for. That's why you're a Ravens player. That's why we can get real technical and look at commercials and you see where they don't have the NFL logo, where they have, like Justin Tucker has a purple jersey on, but it doesn't have it's not the Ravens jersey.
I know.
Like all of that is technical. But I just think Lamar should get at least Kyler Murray / Deshaun Watson money. And then if he lets it go, which he should, and beat Cleveland, wow. You can bring that to the table. You know.
Definitely.
He doesn't even have, I mean, I'm saying he doesn't have Russell Wilson body of work. Russell Wilson have been in two Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like so he can't make a lot of fuss because there are people out there with a better body of work. And that's what you're being paid for is your body of work.